Hey everyone, my name is John Turman, and today I'm going to show you how to clean your French horn. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. When should you clean your horn? You should oil your valves every week, snake your lead pipe every month, and clean every 3 months like we're going to do today. Every 2 years, you need to take your horn to a professional repair person and have it ultrasonically cleaned. To clean our horn, we're going to need Dawn, a small spray bottle with a circular nozzle, a snake, and of course, your favorite valve oil and slide grease. I'm going to be using Meinl Schmidt Rotor 11, Meinl Schmidt number 13, and Meinl Schmidt Slide Gel number 7. So first off, let's talk about where we are. I am in my kitchen by my sink. I like to have a unclean station and a clean station. So I have 2 towels by the edge of the sink. The first thing we're going to do is take our spray bottle, unscrew the lid, place that to the side, and fill it up with just a little bit of Dawn. You do not need that much. Then we are going to come back over to the sink, fill it with, let's go ahead, fill it up about halfway with some warm water. Perfect. And then we're going to replace the nozzle, give it a little shakeroo, and then test. You know it's ready to go when you're spraying suds. So we are spraying suds. Let's go ahead and put that off to the side for now and grab our horn. This horn is not ready to be cleaned because it still has the leather on it, it still has my pencil, and we still have the bell. If you have a detachable bell, you do not need the bell to clean your horn. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that now. Oh yeah, bell ASMR. Next, I'm going to remove the leather strap and my pencil holder and place those off to the side. The very first thing I'm going to do is take out all of my slides. If you are a beginner, you might want to organize these in such a way that you won't forget which slide belongs where. So that means lining them up. Maybe take a picture before you do this so that you can remember exactly which slide goes where. But after doing this 1 or 2 times, you're not going to have a problem remembering which slide goes in which. Oh, a little bit of water there. And so I place all of my dirty slides on the right side. As we work our way through them, we're going to move them to the clean slide side. Now let's just dump, oh yeah, dump the horn out, get nasty water all over your hands like I just did, and wipe that off. As you can see, I'm wearing an apron to make sure that I don't get any nastiness on my clothes. We're gonna take our Dawn water, the water of the dawn. And I'm going to hold it up to the lead pipe and spray in a few times. About 3 sprays is all you need. And then I'm going to hold it up to the mouthpiece coupler and go 1, 2, 3. Boom, that's nice and suddy in there. Then I'm going to go through every other slide and do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then these. Because we're going to work through the horn, but we want this to sit and soak in the suds just a little bit. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, bump, bump. You don't really need that many in these. Just maybe 1 spray will do you in all of these. Perfect. Just let that sit. Maybe jiggle the valves a little bit too. All right. Now we're going to dump out to clear the excess. And then we are going to place our horn down and unravel our snake here.
I'm a snake.
So we are only going to use the snake for the lead pipe. Repeat after me. I will only use the snake for the lead pipe. Why is that, you ask? If a bristle were to become dislodged, it could easily get stuck inside the valves. And that's a whole other video. We don't want to take apart the valves today. We just want to clean the horn. We'll take apart the valves in another video, but today I want to show you how to clean the horn as quickly and efficiently as possible. So we'll take our snake only in the lead pipe, and we're going to go through the mouthpiece coupler and feed that snake through. I like to hold the horn a little bit upside down over the sink like this, so that when whatever nastiness comes out, we don't get hit with it. And it can just dribble down. Oh God! Oh! Oh, be very careful here. Oh, I'm gonna have to censor that. That is nasty. Oh, okay. And then we're gonna run some water over the end of that snake and discard the evidence in the sink. Oh my goodness, chat. Okay. Just to be safe, we're gonna do another round of Dawn water. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're here, right? We might as well clean it pretty thoroughly. Then let's dump out, and then we'll go through, feeding the snake through the lead pipe at the mouthpiece coupling. Oh, should have gone a little slower. Hope I didn't get you guys. All right. And it's a good thing we went a second, maybe even a third time through, just to be completely clean. And you know what? This horn is going to play better than ever. And that's the real magic of cleaning your horn and horn maintenance. Your sound is just going to be so gorgeous. Now that we have finished with our snake, we're going to wrap it up and store it for later. I like to let my snake dry a little bit before completely stowing it in a case. So I'm just going to hang it there, let it chill out. Let the snake chill out while we get into the rest of the slides. So this sink has two functions, like that and like that. Most sinks have an attachment similar to like a spray gun that you can use to just spray directly into your valves. What we did with that Dawn water is we got a little bit of the grime out, and these suds really help with that. So I'm gonna go through again and just give another squirt. 1, 1, 1, 1 in each slide. Boom. And this will get all that excess grime, that slide grease, that dried up oil, all out of there. And so I just like to run the sink over each slide until the suds are gone. And I do this a few times. And when the water runs clear, you know that the slide is clean. So I run it through both sides, and then once I'm done, I do a gentle dump, turn the water off, and let's do another round of Dawn. 1, 1. Just a simple spray in each. Oh, this horn is gonna play so beautifully after this. I cannot wait. Water on again, and we're just gonna run it through that same process until the water runs clean and there are no more suds. Beautiful. Now the other way. This is so fun. And then turn the water off, and we're going to gently dump all the water out. Beautiful. Okay, now we got to take care of this side here, the F branch. So I'm going to go 1, 1, 1, 2, and we're going to do the same process. We're just going to fill it with a little bit of water, and you'll see it'll come out the other side there. And then we're going to fill it up on this side. All of the water right now is here. It's in this little branch. It's kind of like filling up right there. This is also good for emptying your water normally. I like to turn the horn like this. Just imagine there's like a little metal ball where that water is, and you want to move the metal ball out. So as we're turning the horn, I can hear there's water in it. So we're going to do another little loop. I like to do this kind of gyroscope loop. You might be familiar with that from my Every Note on the Horn. I dropped a sick tip. Being very gentle and careful because, oh, look at all that. And so we've got some suds coming out of there. Perfect. And she is nice and clean. We're gonna put that off to the side for now. Now we've come to my favorite part, which is cleaning the slides. If you have a lot of grime in your slides, you can use a mouthpiece brush. I find that these are just a little bit better and a little more precise than the snakes. And bristles still can come off, so be extra careful and make sure you rinse the slides thoroughly before replacing them in your horn. So we're gonna do the same process as we did with the slides on the horn. Take our Dawn water. I actually like to spray the outside too. And then inside, 1, 2, 3. Easy. And we just rinse and repeat. Boom. Easy. And you just rinse both sides. I like to, with my hand, just rub the sides and make sure that there's no excess grease that I missed. And then we're gonna place that over in the clean section. Now the other one. Give a little spray on the outside. And 1, 2, 3 on the inside. And you just run it through until the suds are gone. And repeat this for your dirtiest slides. You might have to rinse and repeat. Lather, rinse, repeat. So I take a look inside the slide, and if there's no grime, we're good to go. I don't need to use the mouthpiece brush. That's just the one thing. If you're gonna use a bristle brush, I want you to be so careful and really thorough. Make sure you're not losing any of those little bristles. It will add at least an hour to your cleaning time, and you could essentially get this done in 20 minutes or less. And I have to head to work right after this, so my horn's gonna be nice and pretty and ready to go. Again, we spray the slide itself and use our hand to remove a little bit of that excess grease. I can feel it on my hand, a little bit more of that grease. This slide, I use my first slide a lot, so we're gonna give that another little rinse. Okay, get all the excess grease off with our hands, beautiful. And then we're running out of room over here. Then we'll go on the little baby slides, little second valve slides, spray, spray. And then internal, 1, 2. And let's go. Beautiful, beautiful. And if you are new to this, I would suggest putting a little towel inside the sink. And it's okay if it gets wet. You know, it's just like a dish towel, something that, you know, you can throw away if you need to, but just to have something in case you drop any of the slides, you're not gonna risk denting or dinging any of your slides. So I like to use a nice fluffy towel. I recommend my beginning students do that. Nice little fluffy towel in the sink or the basin that you're working over, so that in case you drop, you're not going to cause any damage to the horn. And as you see on the other side here, when I am putting the slides in the clean section, I'm not too concerned with the organization. However, if this is your first time, I want you to be a little more organized. But, you know, I've been playing horn a little bit of time, so I know where these slides go, no worries. So now we're on the tricky slide, the third valve slide. So you might have to wait a little bit because of that loop for the water to come out the other side. They might need a little bit of an additional cleanse. They might need an additional little rotation to help you get all of the excess water out. And back in the clean section. All right, this one's probably one of my dirtier slides. Because when I empty my water, I always remove my third valve slides. That's one of the most frequent ones. Oh yeah, look at my hand. Maybe using gloves is the better choice for this, but whatever. We're all good. Okay, and the outside of that slide is still a little grody, so we're gonna spray that. Oh my gosh, grody. Love that word. I'm grody maxing. Ooh, be careful. Don't ding the slide on the side of the tub. Okay, just another one. One other little spritz. Okay, and I'm just gently wiping off the excess grease with my hands, running it under the water. It just needs one more. It's still just a little greasy. And if you do this frequently enough, you really will not have grime develop internally, and so you're not gonna have that issue where you would need to even potentially use a mouthpiece brush like this. Now we're going to remove the valve caps, and you wanna keep that horn on a flat surface and gently remove them. If they're dirty or grimy on the inside, just a little bit of Dawn and water. Mine are fine, but I'll just show you what I do for that. Just a spritz and then a wipe. Easy. And then we're gonna wanna let those dry off to the side for a second. And then repeat with the other remaining valve caps. Of course, you wanna keep them in order if you're like me and have a little bit of that delicious ADD, OCD, BRB, G to G. Keep those in order. Now you can see we have the valve exposed here. I'm gonna move that out of the way. And we're just going to put a drop of 13 down these. There's a lot of controversy in, you know, what's the best oil to use? What's the best oil to use for internal versus external? And I actually prefer using a little bit thicker oil on my Lewis internally. For my Berg, the lighter oil, the better. But for underneath the valve caps, Meinl Schmidt bearing oil 13. And we just need a little drop. Look, in some horns, they have this really convenient hole drilled down the middle. and you just insert the needle nose of your applicator and squirt out one little drop of oil. It doesn't need too much. And then I like to go around the edge of the that little turnstile. I don't know what I can't remember the exact terminology. Bad horn player. You should know the terms for every piece of equipment you own. Okay, so just a little bit of a drop around the outside, and then I like to work that oil in by simply turning the valves. Don't forget to press the trigger as well. Oh my gosh, these valves feel amazing! So light and buttery. I cannot wait to play some scales. And if there's any excess oil, you just want to take your finger or a, not a paper towel, but just like a cloth towel and wipe around the excess. I tend to not want to use cloth or anything fibrous when I'm cleaning my horn, like to clean like internal things, because I don't want any hair or any little fiber getting stuck. The horn looks beautiful. Now that the hard work is done, we're going to oil our valves and grease our slides and put our horn back together. Let's take our slides and start inserting them again. On some horns, you will see, okay, I don't know if you can see that, very, very tiny. There's a little marking, a little indentation indicating where the slide should line up with its coupling counterpart. And so I have a little line etched on the edge of this one that means, and there's another line etched on, you can definitely not be able to see that, on the inner side of the corresponding coupler. So we're going to take our slide gel number 7 and we're going to grease just the tips of our slides. This is the most efficient way I have found to grease your slides. Just create a little ring on the tip of your slide, because we don't want to over grease, because that leads to, you know, more grime. We don't want grime. Grip the horn carefully and push the corresponding valve sequence for the slide you're pushing in. In this case, it's trigger 1 on my horn. So we're going to gently insert all the way down and then pull out and push in. And this way we work the grease all the way up and down the slide. Then we're going to take the other first valve slide and grease just the tip here, right? Draw a little ring of grease around the tip. And if you don't have grease that has an applicator like this, you could just use your fingertip. Be careful, sometimes these slides aren't made perfectly and they can actually be a little sharp. Not flat. They can be a little sharp and you could cut yourself if you're not careful. So being very, very gentle here. We're gonna insert that slide and very slowly push all the way in, pull it almost all the way out to really work that grease up and down the length of the slide and the coupler. Beautiful. Now we're gonna do the same on the other slides. And now that we've done that, I'm just gonna move a little bit quicker. Showing you what to do. Create a ring on the tip of the slide. Make sure these symmetrical slides, they line up. You don't have to do it holding it. You can, this is probably safer even. Just hold the horn down like that. Make sure y'all can see it. Hold the horn down like that. Pushing the slide in, pulling it out. Not every horn has that very useful marking, so you could also take a permanent marker and mark the side that is, you know, to the corresponding coupler. You could like draw a little dot, something that can't be seen from the stage. You don't want to get any grease like inside the slide, and so if you end up doing that, you might want to just rinse the slide and repeat again. You might want to rinse the slide off and try again, just because I find that it adds to that gunkification, and we do not want any gunk in your horn. Let's do our third F slide. And the thing, if there's excess water on the slides, it does not really matter that much because this grease is hydrophobic. What'll happen though is like some of the water, if your valves are really, really nice and tight, the water will be forced up and out. And now that our slides are in, take out the first F slide, then put the horn down. I like to put in a few drops of number 13. How this is gonna work, this is going to essentially oil the entire valve section. So I'm going to see this long side. I'm going to put about I'm gonna put a few drops of oil in that side, 4, 5, 6, and then holding it upright, I'm gonna take the horn, hold it upright like this too, and insert the first slide like so in this upside down position. Then I'm gonna close the valve like that, and then hold the horn like this, and then jiggle. So that way we get another internal coating of oil on our valves. Oh, they feel amazing. Oh, I am so excited. Now let's do the same for our lovely tuning slides. Boom. Gorge, gorge. And our last slide here. And by drawing that little ring on the tip of your slides, you're saving a ton of grease. When I was in middle school, I would just slather the entire slide with grease, and my horns get really gunky. I even did that. I did that until surprisingly recently, I will say that. And this way is just so much more efficient. You'll still get a little bit of excess, and that's okay. All right, now let's replace our valve caps, and then we're gonna do a little play test. Beautiful. Now let me get my mouthpiece. Okay, y'all, thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. Now I'm going to give you a bonus mouthpiece cleaning instructional. Take your mouthpiece, take that Dawn water from before, and give it a few spritzes. Before we rinse it out, I want to take my mouthpiece brush and just scrub away some of the grime. If there's grime on your brush, go ahead and rinse that off. And then we're going to insert from the other side and do the same thing. Just scrub, 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 work it back and forth, getting rid of all that grime. Ooh, nasty. Then we're just gonna give the mouthpiece another little rinse. Boom. And we're good to go. All right, let's play something. If you have Lewis style spit valves like this, or any spit valve really that has moving metal components, put a little bit of oil on those spit valves. And I like to use a heavier oil like Hetman 13. All right, let's see how it plays. Oh yeah, that is playing exceptionally beautifully. Now it's time for me to go to work. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions about the cleaning process in the comments. And let me know what you'd like to see me cover next in a horn-related video. Until next time, peace out and happy horn playing.